Hello everyone, I'm Arav Garg and I'm a class 11 student studying in Hyderabad. I've made many robots until now, like many kinds of robots. I got into robotics when I was 10 years old and I've been into robotics since then. I've also taught robotics in two schools and also given a talk in an engineering college in Hyderabad on robotics. So our today's topic is robotics today and tomorrow. So we'll be going over the basics of robotics and then some examples of different kinds of robots. So we'll explore that in detail. And then we'll see whether you can make a robot yourself and if you can do that, how you can do that, right? So now let's get into it. Firstly, the definition of robot. So what exactly is a robot? So this is the Wikipedia definition, a machine that works automatically and can do some tasks that a human can do. So the meaning of this is pretty obvious. A robot is a machine which, it works automatically. So we don't have to tell it to do things, but we have to train it to do tasks and that it can repeat, forever. It doesn't even get tired, right? So, when we think of robots, you people generally imagine things like Iron Man, or if you've seen the movie, if you know about Chitti the robot, right? You might have seen that movie of Rajnikant in India. People think of robots as only human beings, but the reality is that robots are not limited to the form factor of a human. So if you have used, many websites have chat bots wherein you can type in your query and a robot replies to you instead of a human. So there the robot does not even have a body. It's just a software, right? So a robot does not need to look like a human. It is just a device. It can be in any shape, but it just helps you. It helps humans in whatever they want to do, right? So now we'll have a look at some examples so that you get a better understanding of different kinds of robots, right? Yeah. Firstly, warehouse robots. So this is a warehouse wherein, if you can see that small orange robot at the bottom, that is the robot here, which is carrying the load over it, right? So what it'll do is you can train it or you can program it to carry the goods from one place to another place every day, and then it'll do that forever. It won't even get tired. It just needs a recharge, right? It won't even do things like taking leaves or anything like that. You just need to charge it and then it'll do whatever it is supposed to do. So this kind of a robot is a warehouse robot. So it has many advantages, like it increases the efficiency of warehouse management. So if you want to transport things from one place to another, it will happen very fast without any errors. It does not need to remember where to keep things because it is a machine, it knows it, right? And then it does not get tired. If a human is asked to do the same thing, it might get tired very soon. But in the case of a robot, it will not get tired. Then also it is very easy to keep track. So that robot is synced with the whole internet around. So you can also see that which robot is where and how many goods have been transported from one place to another without any error. So this is the first example. Then coming over to cleaning robots. So you might have seen these at houses. You might have also seen this on the internet, right? Yeah. So cleaning robots, as their name suggests, they help in cleaning houses and offices. So they're like, as you can see in the image, they're small, cylindrical, and flat objects. So they have mops and brushes and also a vacuum cleaner inside them. So they act as vacuum cleaners. And so the best part about them is obviously they do not get tired. Like, if you have a maid, she can get tired, she can commit mistakes, she can do things like that. She can leave some spots and then you will tell that maid that please clean this, things like that. But then in the case of a robot, it won't do errors, it will not get tired. And the best part is it can automatically navigate in a house. So there's an example company here. There's a company called Roomba. So they make vacuum cleaning robots, and that it can once it has to make a map of it of the whole house. So when you use it for the first time, it will automatically make a map of your whole house. And from the next time, it automatically, it knows where chairs are, where your bed is, where your, table is. So it will not even crash into objects and it will automatically clean every place. It can even go under the beds if there is place. So it can, clean things better. Then industrial robots. So you might have obviously seen this somewhere. They're used in manufacturing, in making things like cars and things like that. So Yeah, like as the name suggests, industrial robots, they help in industries where things are to be made, where manufacturing and all goes on. Then they also do not get tired. And the best part is they're very accurate because they do not need to remember anything, right? Because they're a robot, so they'll constantly be repeating that. So they don't need to remember anything. And once you teach it something without any error, from the second time, it'll keep doing it. For example, if you're building a car, like right, nowadays cars are completely made by machines. There are almost no humans involved in making a car. Like they cut metal, they'll place the doors, they'll make the engine. Everything is done by robots. So this is the application of industrial robots. Then another example is driverless cars. You might have surely heard about this by now. So it's very simple, to understand this. Driverless cars are nothing but cars which do not have a driver, right? So they automatically, you just need to sit in them. You need to tell them from where to where you need to go. Like, in a maps app like Google Maps or something, just tell them where you want to go and they'll automatically go. So they'll have many sensors like they can avoid obstacles, they'll not cause accidents and things like that, right? So they can autonomously drive from one place to another. Then they do not get tired. Like if you have a human driver, he can get tired, he can get sleep, and he can commit mistakes, right? So there can be accidents if a human driver is there. But these cars, like, to be honest, like there are more number of deaths caused by accidents than the corona cases that are coming, that have come till now. There are more number of deaths than that per year in the world from only road accidents. So these cars will surely prevent those accidents, as the robot can never get sleep. The car itself, it can never get sleep, right? It will never get tired. So it will not cause accidents as a result of that. Then you have digital robots. I talked about this earlier. So you go to some websites, and then at the bottom right or bottom left, you have an icon on which if you click, you can chat with a robot. So let's say you go to Amazon and then you want to ask about some product, or you have some issue with your order or something like that. You can chat with the robot itself, and the robot will give you a lot of information. So many times you don't even need to go to the human customer service, because the robot will clear all your doubts and queries, and it can also provide you information regarding your whatever query you have. So, and also they do not get tired because they're just software that is running in a computer. And then also, yeah, so the biggest advantage of these robots are customer care services, and also they save a lot of time and cost for companies, because if you have a human sitting there, you'll have to pay him, right, for the customer care service. But these robots, they don't cost that much because you just need to make them one time. For a human, you need to constantly pay him salary. But robots, they just need to be built one time, and then they can keep doing the task for till the time they're okay. Then now we need to know, like, so as you've seen, there's so many different kinds of robots. We also need to know how do they actually work, right? So now let's say you have a computer. So I mean, you have a robot, right? You want to make a robot and you want to tell him about the color of an apple. So you might have heard about Google Assistant, and in Apple you have Siri, right? You might have heard of these. So if you ask them any question, like if you tell Hey Google, and if you ask any question, Google Assistant will give you the answers for your question, right? And in most times it will be very accurate. So similarly, now this is a simple mechanism of how robots will work. Now you go to your computer. So you all know about computers, right? Now, I mean, how computers work. You need to write programs for computer, and then you need to teach it to do tasks. And similarly, when you do something later on, it will give you the answers or the replies or whatever it needs to do. Now, let's say you go to a computer, and then uh, you type some program that an apple is red, and then you send that program to a robot, right? So then what will happen is that program is stored in a robot. That apple is in red color. Now what happens is, when a human, he goes to that robot and he asks what is the color of an apple, then what will happen is the robot, he already has that program in himself that an apple is red, right? So he can easily tell that an apple is in red color. So similarly, that is how it works. Now if I need to teach a robot to move from one place to another, I'll teach it first that this is how you move from one place to another. and then it can move from any place to any place because it knows how to move, right? So it can move from one place to another very easily. So this is how basically robots work and how anyone can make them work. Then coming to, can you make them? Now, so what is happening is, as you all know, robotics and technology is a very trending topic in today's world, and everyone is slowly getting to know about robotics, and people are getting interested in it. So many people, what happens is, so you might be interested in making a robot, but you might not know how to do it, or you might be confused, or you do not know where to start, right? Many times that happens. So for that, now talking about, can you make them? So I'm talking about you all young people and whoever you are, like, at this age, can you build robots? Absolutely yes. So the main reason is there are infinite resources on the internet to learn from. So myself, I learned everything like how to build robots on the internet. I did not go to some teacher or someone like that. I learned everything through the internet. So you have YouTube and stuff like that, right? So on that, you almost have everything for free. And the best part is, most of the problems have already been mentioned on internet. So, if you start building a robot and you have any difficulty or any issue, you can directly search for your issue on Google and you'll get an answer. So, internet can be the best place for self-learning if you want to build anything. Not only robots, like talking about robots here, but anything, right? Then yeah, so you, at the end, you just need to get out there and you need to try things. But the point is that it is possible, and it is very much easily possible. Then now we will go over the basics of building a simple robot. So I'll give you a roadmap on how, if you're interested in robotics, you can build your own robot. I won't give you the all technical things now. Like, I'm not teaching you how to build a robot completely, but I'll give you a roadmap because it'll be great if you yourself go there and explore and try to build it, right? So I'll give you a roadmap of how to do it. Now, firstly, let's see the difference between a human and a robot, the major difference. So this is a human, right? This is a man or human, right? And this is a robot. So now, how do we think? We think through our brain. So this is our brain, and this is how we think, and everything that we do, it is through our brain. Now, in the case of a robot, so robot also needs to think, right? It needs to think, and it need whatever it is doing. At the end, it needs to think and do that. So for that, it has a microcontroller or a microprocessor. So this is what you call the CPU in a computer, right? You might have heard that CPU is the brain of a computer. You might have read this, right? So this is that thing. So a robot has the CPU in itself, in its, wherever it can be, it has a CPU which thinks and does everything in the robot. So now there are many different kinds of microcontrollers or microprocessors which you can use. So you might have heard of Intel, right? A brand which makes microprocessors for your computer, Intel. So that makes microprocessors, but in robots, microcontrollers are used mostly. So microcontroller is the CPU for the robot. It is the brain. It is the central processing unit through which the robot works. So there are many different kinds of them for making projects at home. Many different ones which are very easy to work on. So the major ones here are, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, etc. So, but Arduino is a microcontroller again. So it is a very easy microcontroller to work with. So now I'll be going over Arduino and I'll explain Arduino to you because for beginners, and if you're, working, and if you're new in robotics, this is the best one that you should go for. So what is Arduino? It is a microcontroller board, right? Like we talked about microcontrollers. So this is a brand of CPU. It sells you CPU. Like you have Intel, which makes, chips for, or the CPUs for your computers. Like that, Arduino is used for robots and things like that. Then it is very beginner friendly. Like if you're just beginning into it, you're completely new and you do not know anything about robotics, then this is the perfect one for you. Then it is very easy to set up and use as well. Then also it is very versatile. So there are many different kinds of projects that you can make with Arduino. the categories are very vast. So you can make things like, you can make very different things with Arduino. Then another thing is that it is, so when you'll begin, you'll make very simple projects. Then when you start getting an interest, you'll go deeper, and then you'll make advanced projects as well, right? So this Arduino can handle advanced projects as well. So now for you to understand it better, what exactly is an Arduino? So there are many different kinds of boards, and this is how they look, right? So have a look at this. These are different Arduino boards. You might have seen such kind of board somewhere. So these are nothing but, the boards which you have inside the computers and all, right? So you can see some chips on these, which, they are the brain. So these all are the basically the brain of the robots. So if you put this into a robot, it will be able to think, right? So they're in different shapes and sizes. They're in different shapes and sizes for different kinds of projects. Like you can see there are big ones as well as small ones, and there's even a round one. So it just depends on whichever project you would want to make, right? Then so the first one that you can see here, the Arduino Uno board, that is the most common Arduino board, because uh, that is the board through which the Arduino company started. This one, right? So Arduino, this is the first Arduino that was ever made. So this is the very basic version of Arduino, and it has, it is very beginner friendly again. So Arduino itself is beginner friendly, but this is the most beginner friendly Arduino board, right? And this can be used to make many projects. So this is best for beginners. Then it is very easy to set up and work with. Then it is also very versatile and can be used to build a variety of projects. So again, this can be used to build like many projects. And then the best part is whatever help you need working around with Arduino Uno board, this is called the Arduino Uno board. So whatever help, or if you're facing any difficulty setting this up, or making a project with this, or working around with this, it is very easy to do that, because this is the first Arduino board and it has a lot of content of it available on the internet. So if you're just beginning into robotics, this is the brain of the robot that you should consider using, right? So now we'll go over this board in detail, because I'll tell you about a robot which you can build, and we'll be using this one only to build that. Okay. So now let's go further. So this is an Arduino Uno board. You can have a look at it. So I'll go over the structure of this board, right? So like when you see this, there are many components on it, and it might seem very complicated to you, but believe me, it's not. It's just a small board. So it has various components. So you can see these black colored boxes on the top and bottom, right? These are the input and output pins. Now I'm sure you all might be knowing about input and output, right? Because I mean, in a computer, you know that input, processing, and output are the basic processes. So input devices are things like mouse, keyboard, etc. Then so a computer takes input devices, then it processes, and then it gives an output, right? So now you all know that mouse, keyboard, and monitor, these are connected to the CPU, right? So now in a robot, this is the CPU of the robot, right? So these pins on the top and bottom, they are like USB ports, where you need to, connect all the input and output things that you have. For example, if you're using a mouse with this, you can connect that to these pins. Okay. So this is used just for connecting input and output. Um, then you have the main microcontroller. So if you can see that black colored chip at the middle of the board, that is the actual microcontroller that you have here. And in Arduino, so all Arduino boards have different microcontrollers. This one has the Atmega 328P. So you don't need to remember this, just an information. Then you have the USB port on the left side of it, a USB port, which you can connect to the computer. Because what will happen is, if you want to build a robot, what you have to do is you have to write a program in a computer and then connect it through a USB cable to this. And then you can upload the program to this board. So you can see this black color thing, right? The main microcontroller. So the program, when you upload it through this, it will get stored here in the main microcontroller chip. This and then these pins, they're connected to the microcontroller. So can you all see my mouse, like the arrow?
Yes, we can.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Thank
Yes, sir.
you. Yeah, yeah, thank you, thank you. So
Yes.
now, yeah, when you upload the program through the computer, so you will connect a wire over here. It is a USB port like you have in your phones, right? It is a bigger version of that, a different kind of USB port. So you will connect your wire here and the program will get stored on this chip. Okay. So now these pins and these pins, they are all connected. If you can see these small lines here, these are all kind of connections that you have to this. So this can instruct anything to do anything. So if in the program you have that there's a motor, if you all know what a motor is, it's nothing but something which rotates, right? So you have cars, right? In cars you have motors which rotate the wheels. So now if you connect a motor to any of these pins, and in the program you tell that rotate this motor 2 times. So what will happen is this will instruct that pin to rotate the motor 2 times. So this is the main brain which is controlling, and this is like your eyes and eyes, ears, legs, hands, and whatever. Those need to be connected here. So these are like nerves, maybe, because you're connecting them here through wires. Wires can be called nerves, and then your motors or your sensors in robots, they those are your eyes. So if you know about camera, like a robot sees through cameras, right? So cameras are nothing but eyes for a robot. So in this board, if you want to connect a camera, then you can connect it to these pins. Okay, so and the code is stored here, the program, and that will instruct the camera to take pictures or whatever, right? And then moving forward, you have this power port. So every computer or any device needs electricity to work on, right? So now in this case, so this is a small port, like you have a charging port in your mobile phones. Like that, this is also a small port where you can connect a power cable from the electricity board, switch board. So this is one way you can do it. Now, if you want to make something that moves, a project, you make something like a car, or if you know about a drone, a thing that moves in the air, right? If you want to make something like that using this, so you might be wondering that if we connect a power cable, how will it be able to move? Because this is the brain of the computer, so of the robot. So it needs to be with the robot. So if the robot moves, how will this stay connected to the power? So for that, you can also connect a battery here. If you want to make your project movable, because if you want to make a project movable, it cannot remain connected to the wall or to the switch, right? So for that, you can connect a battery here, and then it will function like same in the same way. So you can just connect a battery and then it will function like how you have batteries in your mobile phones, like that. Then here is a small reset button if you want to erase the program of this chip, and after that upload a new one. If you just want to erase this, or if there's any error, you can use that. So this is the Arduino Uno board. So again, summarizing it, this is a small board that give me a moment. Yeah, it is small board that is around this big. So actually, give me a moment. I'll bring the board and show it to you. You can see this.
Yes.
So if you can see this, this is the
Yes.
board that we're talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so have a look at it. So these black things are the pins on which we can connect wires, and this thing that we have, this is the brain or the
Main
or
controller.
yeah, it's this chip that we have, right? The main microcontroller, and then this is the USB port, so it's something like this. and this is the power port, right? And so this is a small board which you have in computers, a PCB kind of, if you know about it. So yeah, it's like this, and then on the back you just don't have anything. So yeah, it's like this. Have a look for like a moment.
Okay.
Right. So this is the Arduino board. So it
Okay.
measures around this much in size. Okay, around this big. So this is the Arduino Uno board. This is the Uno version, and as I told you earlier, there are many different boards. So all of them have these basic components, but there might be changes. Like in the small Arduino board, the USB port, it will be very small because it is for small projects like smartwatch or a very small project that you want to make. So there are these changes, but this is the basic components that every Arduino board has, because input and output pins are something that's needed, because you need to connect your things that will actually work. Otherwise, you just have a brain with no other body parts. So these are some things that are very important. Like if you have a brain and if you don't have any other body part, so you cannot move that part with the brain because it's not even connected to the brain, right? So brain is useless without other parts. So that is why these ports, they help you in connecting your brain to other parts. And this is your, so this whole thing, consider it like the head and this as the brain. Okay. So this board, the Arduino board, is your head. Okay. This complete board is your head. In that, this is your brain. So you have a head, in that you have skull, then you have the brain inside that, and that brain is connected to other body parts, right? So this whole, so the use of this board is just to connect this to these and these. And these small chips that you're seeing here, you can just ignore them, because I mean, you don't need to understand about them as of now, because they're just some things that are used to make the process better, the working of it. So the major components are only these ports, and this is the brain again, which has, so the whole program is stored in this. This has the storage, this has the thinking capacity, this only does calculations, right? So this is called an IC, integrated circuit. Then this is your USB port for connecting it to the PC. This is your power port, which helps you power the Arduino board. Or if you want to make a project that moves, you can use these to connect a battery. Then this is your reset button if you want to, switch the code. So this is somewhere like here. You can just press it and change your code. Then the Arduino IDE. So this is the thing. This is the software in your PC, in your computer. In this, you write the program for whatever you want to do. So you might be knowing about programming, right? You might have heard of the word programming. So in programming, what you do is you're giving instructions. So through, you might be able to see some text here, right? So now what that is these are the instructions that you will give to the Arduino board, to the brain. So all of these text lines will get stored in this, in the Arduino board, and then those instructions, they'll control the other things. So this is the program that you have to write, because uh, a robot is still a machine. Even though it can think only after you teach it to think. It does not have that thinking capacity on its birth, because it's never born. You make it. So if you are making it, you are the ones who need to teach it to think, right? So this is the way you teach it to think. You write some program in the software, and that program gets stored on the Arduino board, and through that, it controls all other things like that. So I'll give you a quick look at the Arduino website itself and how it is. Give me a moment. So can you see this website? Probably yes. Right. So this is the Arduino website. It's called arduino.cc, right? So through this, you can, I mean, this website is where, you have all the information that you need for the Arduino board. You can also buy the Arduino boards here. So the Arduino boards here will, I mean, they'll cost you around this board. So it varies according to the board. This board will cost you around 1,000 to 1,500, but you can also buy it on Amazon or Flipkart. There it will be very cheap, like comparatively. Okay, so on the Amazon, it can cost you something around 300 to 400 for this board. And then, so coming to the software, you can go to the software section here, and then it'll take you here. So you can directly download the Arduino IDE from here. So whichever thing you have, like Windows, Linux, or Mac, you can download the Arduino software IDE. So IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So IDE means the software where you write the program. Like I showed you in that slide, right? Previously, there was a program, there was a software in your PC, in your computer. Like you have apps, right? Arduino is also an app. Matlab this development environment, that is also an app in your computer. And then in that you can write the program, and then you can upload it to the board. So in that program itself, you will have an option to upload the program to your board. So you need to connect this board to, your computer through the wire, and then you can upload the program. So you can download it here for free. This software is for free here, right? You can download it, whether you have whichever thing you have, you can download it from here. And you can also, so you have this documentation thing here, and in this you can see anything about Arduino. If you're stuck at any point, there are detailed guides here. So let's say we have the Uno board, right? So we'll get this complete procedure of what we need to do, and step-by-step method of how to set up the Arduino board. You just don't need to use any other source also. There's everything on this website itself, on the arduino.cc website. So you can just go to documentation and see getting started also. And then you can just, see the getting started with Arduino products. Whichever Arduino board you have, you can completely use this. And apart from this, if you want video tutorials and things like that, you have YouTube, where you have very good videos on basics and on how to make projects using the Arduino board, right? So this is how you can work around with the Arduino board, and how, you can how the Arduino website can help you. So this is
Excuse me,
yeah.
I have a doubt. Which programming language is this?
So the Arduino has its own programming language, but it is kind of a mixture of C and C++.
It doesn't contain JavaScript.
No.
Okay.
Should we use only the Arduino IDE or any other IDE?
What? Can you please repeat?
Should we use only the Arduino IDE or any other IDEs?
So I would recommend you using only the Arduino IDE. So, if you don't want to download the Arduino IDE, you can actually use it on internet itself. Like you can use it online, the IDE, without downloading. So because this is free, and see, you have this option, right? If you can see code online, so you can use that, and you can directly start writing the program online itself, and automatically you will have this. So you will have Arduino Cloud, where you can write the program online. So it's completely free, and it is officially the best. So I would suggest using that. Obviously you have many other options, but those are mostly when you have very advanced things, and where you, so generally people use Arduino IDE. If you do not want to use Arduino IDE, it's mostly when, people want more advanced things. So for starting out, it is the best, right?
Okay.
Then continuing with it, okay, so this was about the software, how to download. You can download it through the official website. You just need to, Google Arduino, and you'll get this website. Fine. So this is about the website. I'll again share the PPT one second. Yeah. So this is the thing that we're talking about. Now coming about the Arduino workflow. So as you can see here, connect all components to Arduino board. By components, I mean input and output devices. So you have those pins, you have these pins, right? one second. You have these pins. So you just need to connect components to these pins through wires. So you will have some special kind of wires which can, so these are not pins actually, these are holes. You can connect those wires into these holes. Okay, so they'll be like pins. Then, yeah, then you have to write the program in PC for the project. Right, so whatever you want your things to do. Now, if I connect a bulb, a small LED bulb to my Arduino board, and if I want it to blink every after every 2 seconds, I want it to blink. So that I need to explain it to the Arduino board through the program. Then you need to connect your board to the PC through your USB cable, and then you can upload it to that cable itself, and then you can disconnect that from the Arduino board. So if you want your project to work, you don't need to keep it connected. After uploading, you can disconnect the cable. So this can work on its own, right? Yeah. Then after this, now I'll give you some good ideas here of what you can make if you want to
Excuse
make
me.
your own robot. Yes, please.
If we buy an Arduino board, we will get.
What?
If we buy the Arduino board, we will get Arduino board, or we can get that wires.
So if with the Arduino board, you will get the cable to connect to the computer. You will get only two things, this and that. But there are many starter kits which you can buy. You know, they'll have all these different components that you
They
need
have
for these projects.
another price.
Price will vary. See, you just need to like search it on different platforms. It depends what all components it has and all. Fine, it depends. It's not fixed, so I can't give you a fixed number.
Can you show your robot that you have built?
What? Can you please repeat that?
Can you show your robot that you have built?
Yeah, I'll show you that in some time. Just stay tight. That is why I'm telling you. Just hold on, everyone. After we are completed, there'll be a separate Q&A session where you can ask all of your questions. Fine. So we'll proceed further from here. Right. So what to make? Line follower robot. So these are some examples of what you can make. The first one being line follower robot. Now, line follower robot, as you might have got it by the name, it is a robot that will follow a line. So if you make on the ground, if you make a line, a fat line with something, a black line on a white background, it will follow it, right? So it'll have wheels and it'll just go over and follow it. Then obstacle avoiding robot. So which means, you know, if you have a robot and there's an obstacle, it won't crash it. It's like driverless cars. They use this concept. Then you can explore various sensors. So there are sensors like gas sensor, flame sensor, color sensor, distance sensor, and then sound sensor. So there's a sensor for almost everything that you have to sense. So you can one by one start exploring this if you develop interest. Then you can do display related projects, things like smartwatch or things which have a display, right? Then you can, after getting into advanced levels, you can go on a robotic arm. So I showed you the industrial robot in the starting. It's something like this, an arm, right? So you can do that. So these are some basic things, and you can also go to some advanced projects. Now I'll tell you how to go about making a line follower robot here, because that is the simplest robot that you can make, and that is the most basic one. So when anyone starts out with their journey in robotics, it is recommended that they go with this line follower robot. So this is a line follower robot. We'll see it in action. So are you able to see the video? Probably yes. So this is the line follower robot. There's a black line on the ground, and this is following it. So it has some sensors pointed downwards, which are sensing whether the line is there or not. And this way it automatically follows the line, right? So this is the robot.
It can follow any line.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it can just, if you make it even thinner or so that is how you just need to program it to follow whichever line you want.
Line sensor, basically.
Yeah, so that is what, it's a line follower robot, right?
Is that line follower robot made by user?
1 second. Yeah, I'll come back to your questions. Just give me some time. Yes, so the video of the robot that you saw, this robot, this was made by me. So this is my room's floor basically. So this is the robot that I made, and this is the basic line follower robot that you can make. So you might be able to see this blue thing here, right? This is the Arduino board, okay? And these two things over here, these are the these are the line follower sensors. So these are actually infrared sensors pointing down like this. So they sense whether below them line is there or not. And this is the complete robot. It has two wheels, and front down it has one wheel. So and then it just goes around following the line in this manner. Now, so this is a small thing. So this is the robot which you just saw, and this is the chassis of it, right? Chassis means the body of the robot. Like in a car, the body of the car is the chassis, like that. Then these are the motors and wheels here. So there are two motors below this, and those are driving these wheels because obviously it needs wheels to move. Then this is the Arduino Uno board here, which we were talking about from that time. So this is the again the brain of the computer, and this is the input, right? This is sensing whether line is there or not and giving information here. So these are connected to the Arduino board. Then these are the outputs, the wheels, because so this gives information to the Arduino board, and then Arduino board gives information to wheels from what it should do to follow the path or the line accurately. And this is the line itself, and these are the infrared sensors here. So infrared sensors, I mean, you can just browse them in deep if you want. I'll not go over deep in them, but yeah, so these are the sensors that can be used to sense a line, right? Now, what's next? You need to get out there and try building it yourself, right? With the help of internet, because this was the basics of it, of the components that are involved. So you'll get a better idea now if you browse for anything or related to line follower robot. So you can just easily build it through internet. Now I'll use some great resources. YouTube is one for video tutorials. Then you have Instructables. So these are all websites which you can have, which you can search for in internet. Then Hackster, it is a website again for written tutorials. Then Arduino Project Hub. This is the official Arduino Project Hub. Here you will have tutorials on many Arduino projects. Then Hackaday, this is also for written tutorials. You can take a screenshot of this if you wish, to remember these things. Right, I'll give you a
Can I
moment.
ask a doubt?
I'll give you like how much ever time you want. Just let me complete 10 minutes. You can note down your doubts and then I'll surely come back to them. Right? Okay. So you can take a screenshot here if you wish to. Fine. Yeah. So then now in these resources, I'll give you a bonus thing here. That is TechNutties. So TechNutties is my own brand through which I make tutorials on various technology related projects. Okay, so I have over 5 lakh views, 4,000 plus followers, and over 2 lakh minutes of video content watched. So I make tutorials on such things. Like you saw that line follower robot video, right? So that is there on YouTube. There's a complete process on how you can make it. So things like that. Then I've helped many people build their robot. So if you have any doubt in your process, you can comment to me on YouTube or any other platform, right? So this is how it works. Then I'm available on all these platforms which I mentioned: YouTube, Arduino Project Hub, Hackster, Hackaday, Instructables, right? So these are the suitable links of my profiles. If you wish to take a screenshot, you can surely go ahead. So you will find all these basic projects that I mentioned, like line follower robot, obstacle avoiding robot, and robotic arm, and then things like that, right? So you can take a screenshot of this, and it might be useful to you. So this was all about it, and now you can bring in your questions. Any questions that you have, kindly go ahead now.
What coding language is used to code robots?
What? Can you repeat? Can you go one by
What coding language is used to code robots?
So every board or everything that you want to code or write a program for, it has different languages. Coming to Arduino specifically, Arduino has, as I mentioned, Arduino has its own programming language, which is a mixture of C and C++. So if you go for a different board like Raspberry Pi, that is coded in Python, right? That is a different board. So something like that.
Okay.
I request everyone to raise their hands who have doubts, so that RF can clear it one by one.
You can raise your hands and I'll call out your names one by one. That'll be
Yeah,
good.
and I request everyone to mute their
Yeah.
microphones and
Reshma
also
Kaur,
to,
you can go ahead with your doubt.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if there's a unexpected line in the line following robot, like the tile line in between tile line is there, so will the robot follow that line?
Yeah, so the robot is not programmed to follow a particular path. It is programmed to follow the line wherever it goes. If I change the path also, it will be able to follow it. It's not programmed to follow that exact path, you know. It's just it's made so that it can follow a line. Now wherever that line is going, it can follow it. And obviously, if you want, you know, you can obviously change your program and things like that. You can do more advanced features in that. So all of those are possible.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. One second. Next, Ayan, you can go ahead with your doubt.
Yeah, so means like the kit. Can you share the link of a kit? Means what are the ingredients present in that specific kit?
Okay. Give me a moment.
Means the
I'll
components.
share the screen to you and I'll give you an example.
Okay.
One second. So I hope you can see my screen. Like, okay, one moment.
Can you just zoom in?
Yeah, so you know, you can just go to Amazon and search for Arduino starter kit, and you're going to get a lot of kits like this. You know, they'll have all the basic components that you need for building the robot. Like, you know, in this kit you have the Arduino board. You'll get obviously, then you'll get different kinds of sensors. You'll get wires which you need to connect them. You'll get
Do we
all
get
the
motors?
basic material. What?
Do we get motors and tires even?
Yeah, so you can go according to your need. If you need motors and tires, you can search for motors and tires individually and buy them. And you know, so there's this very good website called quadscomponents.com.
In
I'll
Amazon, we can buy it.
put that.
In Amazon.
I'll put a website in the chat. So that is a very good website for buying things, because there you can get things for very cheap, and you can buy even a single item like a single wheel or a single robot. So you can go to that website and you can buy from there, right? Cool. I hope I answered your question. Next, please.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. 1 second. Fire gamer next.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
So you told a robot can make that what line sensor. It is there is a line sensor which is following the path, right?
Yeah.
I just can we do like I am imagining that I have a robot that I can do like a line sensor. Can I do as a light? This can I do?
So you're talking about a light, right? Light sensor, right? Yeah. So yeah, those even exist. You can have a robot that follows wherever torch is showing you. So if you have a robot like this, if you show the torch in this direction, it will go in that direction. So yes, they too exist. Yes. So I hope I answered your questions. Next, Ayan again. Okay, brainstorms.
Good evening, sir.
Yep. Please go ahead.
Sir, I have heard that there are many duplicates of Arduino boards. So how
Yeah.
can we find the original Arduino boards, and will there be any difference in these duplicates?
So, yeah, so Arduino boards, as I mentioned earlier, the official Arduino boards cost around 1000 to 1500, the Uno board, right? So that is the official board made by the Arduino company. But there are many duplicate clones of them made by Chinese manufacturers, and they cost relatively cheap, like 300 to 400 rupees, which you can get on Amazon. So on Amazon, you can get the official ones as well. They'll be by Arduino officially, and you can also get the boards which are the duplicate ones, but they cost around 300 to 400, but those work equally good, like for basic projects. And so myself have never had a problem with that, like because I have like 20 Arduino boards, and I have not bought the official one every time, right? So it, because there's no use, so there's almost no difference, because Arduino company is an open source company, so they give out their circuit designs to everyone. So I myself can build my own Arduino board. So that is why there's no much difference between these companies and the official Arduino board. I hope I answered your question. Right? Anyone else?
One more doubt, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So,
Please go ahead.
yes.
Hello, please go ahead.
So, is the robot programmed to follow only a black line which you made?
So, I mean, my robot, it can follow like any line which you make on the ground. It's not that it's following that path. It's not like a driverless car. It's not supposed to follow that path. It can follow any line, right? So if you want, you can also program the robot very easily to follow that path, but you'll have to do like go 1 meter straight, take right, go 50 centimeters straight. You'll have to do
All
things
that
like,
programming.
yeah,
All
you
that
have to do that. So that is like of no use almost. So that's why robots help in exactly this, that they don't you don't need to write all of that steps. You just need to write, you to teach it the basic concept, and after that it'll just do everything. Fine. Yeah. Anyone else?
Can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
If there are two lines heading into different directions, which line will it follow?
That you can program it accordingly to give priority to which direction, like whether you want to give priority to right lines first or left. That is totally, like, all these things are changeable in your program. So that is what program helps you to do. You can implement all the features that you want according to your need, right? So everyone, they'll have different requirements, so you can do it accordingly. You can even
Okay.
do a white line on a black background, so you can do things like that.
Okay, what if I programmed it only to just to follow the white line? Then what will it do?
Then it'll only follow that line.
Yeah, but there are two lines heading in different directions.
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling you. Like, imagine this is a straight line and the robot has this line. In middle, there's a line that is going this way. So if the robot is coming from here, right, it will have two places to go, straight or towards this direction, right? So now you can program accordingly that you want to give priority to this direction. Like, it'll have a priority, right? You can either give priority to one side, so it'll first check all lines on right, or you can give it a priority to always go straight even if there's a branch. All those things you can just change with your program.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
So, when there's a twisted corner like a U-turn like thing, but it doesn't have enough space so that robot can turn, so what will the robot do?
I mean, it just depends. If your robot is a very small robot, it will be easily able to do it. And then if it is a big one, then obviously it won't be able to do it, because for a big robot, that small line will not be accurate, right? For a small line, you will have to make a small robot if you want it to work. So it's like that. You need to just
So the big robot will stop over there only.
yeah. It depends. Whatever your program is making it do according to that situation. It completely depends on your program, on how you program your robot. That is the only factor on which it depends.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Anyone
Arav?
else? Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I'm sharing a doubt from the chat from previously. One second.
Sure.
You got it?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You can go through.
What?
You can answer. I'm sending the questions, previous questions sent by people, the participants. You can answer them one by one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so are you using Windows or Mac for programming? Well, I use Windows. It just doesn't matter. You can use anything. What coding language is used when coding a robot? Like I mentioned this, it depends on whatever platform you're using. So if you're using Arduino, it is Arduino's own language, which is a mixture of C and C++. Should we take MPC or BIPC for AI? So AI is obviously a technology field. So for that you need to take MPC, which is maths, physics, chemistry. Obviously it doesn't depend. Like you can even do that later on, but obviously taking BIPC for following AI will be a waste of time. So you need to go with MPC.
So are there like some robots which can be coded in Python and some in Java also?
Yeah, so if you use a different board, maybe something other than Arduino board, like there's a board called Raspberry Pi. If you use that, that is coded in Python. So programming language is never an obstacle in making anything. It just depends from platform to platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
How much time would we take to learn the whole course?
I
Means
didn't get
whole
you.
language. Means how much
See, you
time?
can never learn the whole language. You can just learn things that you need at the beginning. Like if you're talking about Arduino, you can start with projects. Like firstly, you can make a project in which you blink an LED. Then you can make a project in which you're rotating a motor. Then you can go on with these robots, right? So each time you'll be learning something new. With programming, you can never learn a programming language completely. That is not possible because every day you get new features and you just need to keep learning on the way. So you can't learn it completely at one go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a continuous process. Anyone else?
And Arav, do share your website so that they can
Yeah, I
go
share
through.
the link of my YouTube channel. There you can find. So I